The media says recession is coming. The data says otherwise. And Labour just won, which means things are about to get real weird. Everyone's screaming about rate cuts. You know, the recent rate cut that happened in May by 0.25.
We have made the judgment that global trade developments will overall be disinflationary for Australia.
And now the cash rate is 3.85, which is a great win for investors and first home buyers and also existing owner-occupiers. But with talks on future rate cuts, Trump's tariffs,
the United States' decision to impose tariffs on Australian steel and aluminium as part of a global decision are concerning.
and the housing market collapsing, all this mix of good news and doom and gloom for the media at the moment, let me tell you the truth, guys, right now. Australia is not heading into a recession at all. And if you're a property investor, this is exactly the window you have been waiting for, guys. While everyone else is panicking in the group chats, this is what we're unpacking today. In today's roast, we're cutting through the noise to look at why Australia is unlikely to fall into recession, how Labor's win changes the game and not in a way they promised, what it means for the property prices, borrowing conditions, and investor strategy, and why waiting could cost you more than acting. And lastly, the real story behind this per capita recession fear campaign by the media. So let's get into it, guys. And just like always, I'm going to bring the receipts. Because right now, guys, the recession headlines are kind of lazy by the media. So let's break it down properly. Let's start with what no one bothers to explain. There is a difference between a technical recession and what the RBA really cares about. When the RBA says, using the old school definition, that there is 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth, what this really means in English, guys, is that there's widespread sustained weakness in GDP, jobs, spending, income, and employment. And by that standard, we're nowhere near the cliff, guys. It just basically means, in plain English, we have a weak GDP. But right now, guys, employment is still low and job ads are still strong. And the core inflation is cooling, which right now gives the RBA room to ease. So right now, guys, if you're reading headlines that say, oh, Australia's in a recession, you got to ask yourself, who benefits from this fear? And right now, who sees the opportunity in this quietness? And this is where I'll talk about why Australia is built to bounce, not break. Let's talk about why Australia has shock absorbers other economies don't. Number 1, there's a falling Aussie dollar. This acts like a buffer, guys. It makes exports cheaper and keeps cash flowing in. Did you know, guys, only 5% of our exports go to the US? So Trump's trade tantrums is basically background noise for us. And the RBA, guys, they still have ammo. With a cash rate of 3.85% at the moment, there's actually more room for a cut. And right now, our population is booming. And this is thanks to post-COVID immigration, and demand is rising in housing at the moment. And add on top of that, guys, Labor just won. And their policies at the moment, you either love them or hate them, guys, but they are designed to pump money back into the hands of first home buyers, renters, and infrastructure contractors. This is a stimulus by our accident, guys. It's a vote-winning economics that just happens to keep the housing market propped up while pretending it's about affordability. Right now, Labor's win equals more demand, yet still no supply. So right now, let's talk about housing. Labor's victory means expanded shared equity schemes, first home buyer grants, ongoing energy rebates, and infrastructure investment. This is a typical helping hand narrative that's good for optics and great for market stimulation, guys. But here's the thing, guys. What Labor didn't solve right now is they didn't solve supply. We still have construction delays, material shortages, and planning gridlocks at state and council levels. So what happens when you increase demand and feel good policy, but don't actually increase supply? Again, guys, I repeated this on my channel over and over again. It might even seem obvious, guys. Prices will just rise again and again. This is what happens when you have limited supply, but a lot of demand. So that's why even if we avoid a recession, you gotta know, guys, property actually becomes less affordable, not more affordable. And you guys might be thinking, hey Q, what about the per capita recession? Sure, guys, but that's not the full story. The media loves the scary term per capita recession. I mean, it sounds terrifying, right? Until you realize what it means. Let me give you a very simple example. Imagine a cake. The economy grows slightly, but the population grows faster. That means each person's slice slightly smaller, right? That's a per capita dip. That is not an economic collapse, guys. The cake is still bloody there. And guess what? If you're a property investor, you're not betting on GDP per person. You're betting on aggregate demand. The more people equals more renters, which equals more buyers, which equals more pressure on prices. So what matters is right now, guys, houses, units, townhouses, whatever there is that has a roof on our heads is still in demand. And right now, the buyer pool is growing. And while all this is happening, the politicians, they pretend to fix it while quietly fueling the bloody fire. You know what I'm talking about, right? While Labor is out there saying, oh guys, we're rolling out more grants, more deposit schemes, more housing tax tweaks, that sounds good. But they don't touch the real issue, guys. The real issue is supply. Who's increasing the supply here? I'm telling you guys, it's the same political playbook that the coalition was playing last 2 years ago. I mean, they make it easier to buy, but they don't make it easier to build. And that doesn't fix the housing supply issue at the moment. Rather, in effect, it inflates it. So right now, what does this mean for property investors right now? My final thought is Australia will never hit a recession, guys. And trust me, guys, even if we did, it will be probably very mild and short. I'm telling you right now, guys, it's going to be politically padded, which means there will be a strong labor market that stays intact. Demand for migration keeps pushing housing pressures, which then will cause the RBAs to ease interest rates. And with the fresh first home buyer policies adding more fuel to fire to the property market in this kind of environment, this is the prime time for strategic entry, especially when the others who are frozen by the media headlines with fear is basically the best time to buy right now. So here's my final thoughts, guys. At this moment in May, coming to June, this is the calm before the surge arises, guys. This isn't a crash. This is the pause before the wave. And the investors who I'm working with at the moment, they're currently working with me or their mortgage brokers to release equity, refinance, even at a slightly higher rate to get into market right now to ride that capital growth before the surge comes in. So if you want to be like those investors or you're curious about how you can do this as well, I suggest two things. Either book a 15-minute strategy call with me or a 60-minute strategy call where we can talk about holistic lending solutions to help you build a property portfolio. On top of that, if you want, I can introduce you to my financial planners, my accountants, and a lot of reputable buyers agents that I work with to help you build your A game. But hey, if you're not ready, just hit the like button if you like this video so far, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell notification if you want future videos like this. And until next time, I'll see you on the other side, and thank you for watching another episode of That Property Roast.